Back to my original question, if there's 50 people, how are you going to solve the equation from part A? Okay, Bella.
25.
Very good. So 25 times 50. Is it 1,250? Am I going to trust you? 1,350? Okay. Very good. Always remember that there's multiplication happening between the number and the variable. Always, always, always. That's all my track stuff from last night. Yeah, kind of. All right. In order today's going to be different. All right. So far, all the equations you have solved, they've told you for this case like P equals something. Today, they're going to say B equals something, and you have to find P.
Oh, that's way more.
So it's going to be different. However, if you remember back to something we did earlier this year, this will help you hugely to do this. So I got 2 problems up here. I want you to try and write the rest of them, and you'll know what I mean when you see it and read it. Write a fact family for the following.
Oh, that's easy.
That's why I said this should not be too difficult today, because fact families will help you solve it. Huh? Oh, I got bigger ones than that, I think. We'll say this is problem 1. This is problem 2. I need someone to come up and do one of them for number 1 first. Can I do one of them? Really, you got another one? I do not want the answer. If you're telling me n equals something, do not tell me that. I can care less right now, I'll be honest. Artea's going to do all of them for us, I guess.
Oh, we're supposed.
That's fine. Just finish them up then. You're almost done anyways.
No, I'll leave one for the next person.
Okay. Does anyone know which one's missing for that one? There's actually 2 missing. Okay, Bailey, you know one of them?
No.
Okay, go for it.
Henry,
Like Emily, look to see which one he has and see if you have the other one. And if you do, you're more than welcome to go up and write it on the board. And again, as a reminder, what's always with multiplication? Division. Okay? So, I hate to tell you, Taya, those 2 multiplication problems are actually the same thing.
Oh.
So, all you did was switch the 12 on one of the sides. So, technically, these aren't good. We'll just keep one. What's the other division problem? Because remember, you should have 2 multiplication, 2 division. Emily, do you know the other one?
That was mine.
That was yours? Do you know the other one?
I do.
Very good. You want to write that one quick? Okay. And if you don't know these, this is going to make solving the problems much easier today. Okay. Now, out of those 4 equations we have there, which one do you think would make it easiest to solve for n again? The one that equals n, right? The one that equals n. Okay? Now, here's the one thing that will change with the problems in the book today. At first, you won't even know this is 12. They might say this is m. Okay? And they'd say solve this equation. Yes. They'd say solve this equation if m equals 12. So just like yesterday, you take your number, plug it in for that variable or substitute it in, and then you may have to rewrite the equation so it equals that variable you're trying to find. This is easy. I know most of you could tell me this was 6 right away, but today they're not going to be quite that easy. So you might actually have to rewrite it so it equals that other variable. Okay, and you've all written fact families. We've done it quite a bit in here this year. Right? This one, there's an operation here. Notice I have 2 variables right now, right? 2 variables now. I want you to write the other 3 equations that we're missing. One of the missing equations is what? Jacob, you think you got one? You want me to write it for you? Oh. Okay. And tell me what what to write, sir? Oops. I was doing H for some reason. L equals what? Okay. Or N times 350. Very good. Two more. And you probably should know what operation they are by now. Josie, you got one?
L divided by N equals 350.
L divided by N. So L over N equals 350. Okay. And probably one more yet. Mr. Levi Day. Okay. L divided by 350 equals N. Very good. Now if we're solving for N, that would probably be easiest, right? But if we're finding L, first two would probably be the easiest. Okay? And here's the other tricky part. They're not going to give you the equation. They're going to make you write the equation first and then solve for it. Okay? So here's what I mean. And we might do the first one together just to get you all started on the same page. Here we go. Number one. And this is all dealing with that bike tour again, the prices of the bike tour. And this first one's actually a little bit easier because they do give you the equation for the first one. So let me zoom in here. There we go. It says single admission at Wild World Amusement Park costs 21 bucks. But the park sells N single admission. So what's N stand for?
Guys, you should know this. Everyone, you should know this.
So what's the variable N? Logan? Number of what? People coming to the park, or number of admissions. Okay. In one day. His income is, and notice they give you an equation, I equals 21N. First of all, do you agree with that equation?
Yes.
Why? Why is that equation right? Because they could be trying to trick you and give you a wrong equation. Olivia, why is that equation correct? Or maybe it's not. Is I equals 21N the right equation to find the income for that day?
What does the 21N represent? No, what is the 21N? So say what the 21 means. What is it?
And some of you guys have a hard time, if I give you a number, what's that mean? You have to relate it back to the problem. Look back at the words.
What do you think? So it means times two.
Yeah, there's times there. What's the 21?
21, what is the 21?
I is the income.
The cost of what? It's not really cost, what does it say up there? 21 is the what? So the admission, what does the N represent? Okay, so N means, what did we do yesterday? It's kind of like the what, 21? There, 21 what? Yeah, 21 per person, right? So every person has to charge $21.
A lot of people had a hard time with that yesterday, figuring out what the coefficient meant. The coefficient just really back the problem. It's $21 per person to get into this park. That's it. Alright? Now the first question is this. Write an equation to answer this question. Here's the question. I want you all to try and write the equation. Okay? The question is this. How many single admissions were sold on a day that the park had an income of $9,450? Okay? So, is that number, 9,450, going to go into I? Or do you think it's going to go into the other one? That's the big thing you have to figure out right now. So, I'll give you 30 seconds to write an equation. Everyone try to have an equation down in 30 seconds.
Yes.
We'll find out.
That first one, right?
So they give you a number in the question. You better include that number in your equation somewhere.
Oh, but you need to have,
These are all matching today.
you need to fit,
One of my favorite colors.
you need letters.
Alright, anyone think they know the equation?
I don't know one.
What do you think it is? Mr. Richard, any idea?
I think that's what you do the actual.
Speak up so we can hear you, please. N plus?
So substitute the stuff.
Speak up a little bit more. Equals what? Remember, your equation still should have an equal sign. I. It's not going to equal I.
You guys substitute what's up there. We know the formula is.
What is this number?
Yeah.
There we go. What is that number? That is the what?
Income.
Okay, that is the income. So where's that going to substitute in for? I. Very good. I was going to say I or N, but you guys kind of finished that for me.
You have the equation, so use that. Put in the numbers that you have.
So your equation should be what? That equals what? What's that going to equal, Maddie? 21N.
Oh, I got it right.
Now the question is, how could, well, we'll go to the next one. Number 2, how do you solve that?
There you go.
How are you going to solve that? Because I want to know N.
You're right. So you-
No, that's be the next step.
Oh,
Okay? So how are you going to solve that? Okay? How are you going to solve that equation? And-
And written as a multiplication equation. So think about what you have to do. Some of you that don't have your hands up.
And remember, we just did fact family for a reason the last slide. Okay, we did fact family for a reason. Let's hear from Kylie. You've been quiet. Go ahead. N equals 9,450 divided by 21, you said?
Kylie, how did you know that?
Very good.
Because if you're gonna find the price per person, 20. If the cost is 21, then it's out of their income, so you have to find out how much.
You have to divide because you're going smaller. You're finding a smaller
And some
amount.
people might think, oh, if I have to multiply here, what's the opposite of doing that? Because I want to undo the multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication is obviously division.
Write this down, Elliot.
So now when you solve that, Elliot, when you do the division, all that fancy division stuff, what do you get for N?
You should have your calculator out. You should have
Yeah.
been working it out. It's sitting there. Guys, you guys that don't have your hands up are continually relying on the kids with their hands up.
N equals what?
Richard, what'd you get?
450?
51. What does that mean?
Yeah, remember this was a word problem,
Don't
technically.
label it.
So 450 what? What was N again? If you can tell me what N is, you can tell me if it's 450 something. Not the cost per person, that was the 21. On the right
And
track.
so we have like 3 people in here that know. Seriously. Boys and girls.
Ella, or Abby, sorry. The amount of single admissions, or simply said, the amount of people that went to the park.
Yes.
Yep, the number of people that went to the park. Now, question 3 says, how could you check to make sure your answer is right? What? Don't, no. Do
Damn.
not say calculate. How can you actually check to make sure that is the right answer?
What do you do with that N?
And I told you when you all have an equation, you all better check your equation.
No, what do you do with that N equals 450? How do you check it?
Because what if you type something wrong in your calculator?
How do you check it?
It's right, that is.
So how do you test that 450 and make sure it's right?
What are you gonna multiply by? Where are you gonna put that 450?
You're going to plug that 450 in for what? Substitute it in for what?
Did this all yesterday, you got 100%. Where are you gonna put N equals 450? So in that first equation up there that says 9,450 equals 21 N, where am I gonna put that 450 back into the equation so I know it makes sense? got it. What do you have to do? You
Multiply.
have to multiply.
You should sub it back into the original equation, and then when you multiply that, it should get you 9,450. If not, your answer must be wrong, or you either multiplied this wrong, maybe. So double check both of them. All right? Sound good?
Yeah.
We did the first one together. Here's the only difference on these ones now. Now you actually have to write the equation. And then the same steps are the same. Once you get the equation, you're going to have to solve for one of the variables.
Wait, what equation did you write? This one?
Oh,
No, you're going to have to read the problem and actually write the equation. Okay? Debating if I want to. So, this is on page 97. And here's what I want. I'll put page 97. I want you to write the equation for this one and write the equation for that one in the next 5 minutes. And if you get those done, you can move on, but I want to make sure you get those equations and then we'll go from there. See, if you got it done, just keep going. You don't got to wait for us. Okay? Nope. You need to be able to write the equation by yourself today. All right, Raven, Jacob, first one. What's the equation say? It says on the Ocean Bike Tours test run, Sydney stops the van at a gas station. The station advertises 25 cents off per gallon. Okay. Makes sense so far? Number one says ready equation for the Tuesday discount price P. So you're using D for what?
But,
Discount price.
but what if it's not on Tuesday?
And use P as the price on other days. So P is like the original price, right? What's your equation going to be?
Is it Tuesday though? Is it Tuesday though?
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Not 20, not times. You're getting 25 cents off for operation. You're rising it from what?
so what if he gets randomized?
Okay, so what would that look like? If you're taking 25 off the original price, it's actually going that way. But remember, is it $25? Now you're at 25 cents. No. Right cents is a decimal. How do you get 25 cents in a decimal? 25. What did you say? There's no N. They tell you the two variables to use. You can't make your own up. It's not multiple. So technically, you're going to have the one there, because technically if I wanted to use itself, I would just say plus N. Technically. You can keep going, but you don't gotta wait. Remember, if you're able to write these two equations, just keep on moving. Equals has to equal something. Remember, your equations must always equal something. Gorgo, also known as chicken, fried chicken. Like over a banana. Makes sense. Yeah, that's another Right. No, you're good.
What?
that is not correct.
Okay, that's what I No, so it's gonna be. Price on days.
It says
No, don't put a cent sign right into the decimal. That's not paying $25. Not put a cent sign.
Well, that's not right. She needs a letter there, so
So I got 2 more minutes and I'm gonna stop you for the equations and then let's go for the rest of it. Don't worry about it. Right, C1, okay? What's the Q is plus? So what do you think? You got 95.50, right?
discount prices now.
Let's not be all of it. Because that 95.50, you have to get it no matter what. That's the design, so that's because I'm just making the design for you. So even if you get one big hit, you still have to pay the 95.50. So that's always added on.
But now, the. I know,
I'm confused, I need help. Bailey, let me see yours again.
Which one?
First.
B1? Yeah. I said you do that at the face.
Yeah. So. I'm not confused, I guess I had it.
You're good?
I don't.
Close, but it says $1 what?
Maybe you can eat.
You see that? No, when you see per, like per person, per minute, that usually is what operation. And or, nice job, Ray. You read the equation for C1?
Yeah. Do I have to do B2? Go on to B2. I don't mind B2 is really hard. Yeah. Bella doesn't get it either. The price is. Wait, what's the
Talk about the equation. Get off my board. No.
I know.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. I actually gave you 8 minutes.
Wow.
So everyone pause. We're gonna go over the equations. And then it's for you to crank it out after that. If you already have the equations, awesome. Okay? But can you sit, please?
Sure.
Okay? In your seat. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
First one. Most people that came to me had this one written. I guess I would consider correctly, but they didn't write the 25 cents correctly.
I know.
So, here's the thing. Hey, at this gas station, go back. At this gas station, Ashton, how much do you get off per gallon on every Tuesday? You get 25 cents off per gallon. Other thing that I had people do. They just made up their own variables. In one, they tell you which ones to use. They tell you to use D for what? Discount price. And P is the price on every other day. So question, what's our equation going to equal? That's the first thing you kind of got to figure out. Are we trying to find price or discounted price, Mr. Ashton? It'll equal D, so it should be D equals something. Now, how are you going to find the discount? Okay. How are you going to find their discount that they're saving every Tuesday? Jacob, what are you going to do? And I like how you said 0.25. I had a lot of people write 25 with the cent sign. Technically, that's not correct. And I marked that wrong on a test. If you have the cent sign, you should know how to write cents as a decimal. Okay, 25 cents is 0.25. So that is the correct equation. D equals P minus 0.25. If you have the cent sign, you better put that in your memory that I will mark that wrong. Okay, do not put a cent sign. You have to write that cents as a decimal. Okay. Second one. C1.
Oh, we didn't get that far, so.
Alright. C1. It says they want to make these fancy bandanas for the people to wear for this trip, I guess. And it says the cost of the bandanas is this. So they charge $95.50 for the design. So no matter how many you buy, they're going to charge you $95.50 just to design it for you. Then they're going to charge you $1 per bandana to make them.
Wow. So obviously it makes more sense to buy one or buy a lot.
Sure, hopefully. Okay. Now it says write the equation that represents this relationship. It does not tell you variables for this one. So you can use any letters you want. But remember, normally we use ones that make sense, like start with the word. Okay? So question.
X and Q.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird. I mean, I guess you can, but it'd be weird. As long as you know what they mean. So question, here's any idea on the equation? Let's not worry about what it equals for right now. This right here tells you what your equation should be. This is all you need. Okay? Elliot, what's that say again? Okay? Couple key words in here. When I read this, there's a couple key words I see. Anyone know one of the words that I'm looking at right away? I'm like, oh, this is going to tell me something very important.
You guys got it right here. So raise your hand.
What is it, Olivia?
Yeah.
Per bandana. Whenever you see the word per, what's that meaning? Okay.
For each one.
What is it, hey, Olivia? Multiplication. I had a lot of people just say n. You're right, it's meaning per person. So how would you write that per bandana, per person, per whatever? What is it? 1n. Okay. And other keyword there is what?
Plus.
Plus. That already tells you the operation, right? What are you going to add to that 1n?
Elliot, what are you going to add to that one end?
$95.50, right?
That would just be it.
Okay, and obviously we do have to say what this equals.
What is it equal, guys?
So,
Struggle because it didn't really ask.
yeah, it didn't really say what
So
you're
what are
finding.
we finding out here? Richard, what are we finding out here?
This is like deductive reasoning. You have to apply what you know. What are you finding?
What are we finding, bud? You gotta speak up here. Oh, well, no, we already got the price.
Price per bandana is $1.
One N. What are we finding? When we do the 95.50 plus one N, that equals what? Just common sense wise, what does that equal? No, what are we finding? Read the question. There's a keyword in there. Mason, help them out. What should that whole equation equal?
I'm looking at the second
Bandana.
sentence in the first one. The blank.
The what? Bandana.
The blank.
We're not finding the bandana.
The blank
Shh.
costs
The cost.
There you go.
It
Yeah,
says the cost right here. So I'd probably use C for cost. Some people I think use B for your bill. I don't really care. That should have been your two equations. Now from there, you have the rest of the time you must get done. I want you to get done at least those three. If you're not able to do that, you can do D. Okay? Once you're done, you may work on the study guide.
Okay, so B2. Can you just tell me my equation?
So which one?
Raven, we're gonna work.
Okay.
279.
Practice for what? So are you gonna put that in for D or B? So maybe rewrite it so it equals B. Back fail.
I got a question. Do you take this, and then what do you do with this?
Something.
Minus add.
We did fact families for a reason. Figure it out. Not telling you. Fact family. Never again. You can agree so it equals B.
Because we're doing B equals, yeah. It says we want to have so we want to find
Yeah. Write the equation. I'm not gonna help you get the equation right.
this is a subtraction.
Alright, some other days, and then Tuesday.
Remember, fact families, guys. I did it for a reason.
Now what?
Figure it out. It tells you the discounted price is. Can't be any more clear than that. It says, you see maybe find one price. You have to find one price. You get the price.
That would be right. That would be so much. Give the answer. Me too. You gotta give an answer. What does the annual percentage? What does that stand? Because the way you just wrote it. What does that? 279 is how many gallons?
What is the 279?
279 is how
How
many
many
gallons?
is 279? What is that?
How many gallons is 279?
What is that? So you put that in for 100. Okay. solve for what?
So instead of increasing, right?
Go ahead. Backfill.
And it's money from the price equals. And I've actually observed price equals.
But one price equals
Cost of 50%, which because you wrote it like but you gotta write your equation and I want you to before you do anything else, I want to see how this is going.
Wait, do you have
No, 11. Because 55 times 11 is 605. You're already. Why? What kind of life did you have last night? The discounted price. They're trying to be original. You have to solve for it, yeah. No. So why'd you take 25 cents off of that? Ooh, that's operating. Got 2-1.
Oh, I don't want to do that. This is stitching with one of the easiest for the problem. It's one of the easiest I'll do this one. That's not what I tried.
Okay, you're done?
How many gallons? You are missing
Elijah, what?
Great. Good about it. If you didn't do that, you didn't have to answer the question. Answer the question. Well, three directions answer the question. Really?
You have to go to draw. But this isn't do you want to draw it? Yes, I do. Okay. I'm drawing. Wait. I just want to try something. Sometimes. That's what I asked you. I'm done.
Sure.
Your foot was in my way. Okay, I'm done.
Can I erase some stuff that's not supposed to be on there? This isn't my calculator.
Josie runs fast.
This isn't my calculator. What?
Ham.
What does this mean? What is that line for?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. You have 5 seconds to get your seats. 5. This is before. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
I got all them.
All right. You remember this one was? Okay, question. A lot of people struggle with B2 for some reason. Okay? When you read B2, what is that 279? 279 is the what, fella? D. So we're going to put that in for D. So when you solve B2, you should have wrote it as 279 equals P minus 0.25 or 25
No,
cents.
plus. You said plus.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Why is your cent away? Okay. So, remember we did factorials for a reason, Kalina. You probably want to take that equation and rewrite it so it equals what letter? For B2. You probably want to rewrite that so it equals what? To make it easier. Fine.
This one, they can do what you do. Tell them what you equal to. Yeah.
So how do you rewrite that now? Now it's P equals what?
Tell them what you do.
279 plus 0.25. Okay? That's why we did factorial, so you can rewrite it so it equals that variable. Makes it much, much easier to solve. Okay? Now you just have to simply add them together, right? You all should be able to add decimals. You did a whole unit on it. Okay? Alex, what do you get when you add those together? The N?
Oh yeah, there's an A.
25 cents per gallon.
I guess.
You should, right? You're doing it correct. It's per gallon, so it's 1 gallon.
Yes.
You can't just leave off the N. That's what I just heard all them for.
Okay, so how are you going to solve that? How are you going to solve that? How are you going to solve that? What are we gonna do with those two numbers? Add them. So you should get P equals $3.04 per gallon. Or I can even put a dollar sign there. 304 cents per gallon. Okay. We're gonna skip. Most of you got C2 and 3 that came to me and showed me. You had C2 and 3 correct. I don't know if B2 was a little bit more of a stumper. But for some reason it was. We're going to try one of the D's real quick for all of us. Okay?
D3 was the hardest.
D3? Then let's do D3 if you think D3 is the hardest. Okay?
I did.
Well, let's try it. Okay? First of all, you kind of need to know what operation is happening there, right? Evan, what operation is happening there? Right now, multiplication. So in order to unverse the multiplication, undo that, we'd have to do what? Division. That's where you get the division from. So what do we really want to divide 176 by? 55. Okay? So that, remember, you can write a fact family, or I said, if this is multiplication, we want to undo that, we can divide both sides by 55. Okay, and get t equals, I think it's 3.2. Correct? This one, instead of adding 22 and a half, you'd probably want to do what with that? Subtract it, right? This last one here says subtracting 12, you'd probably want to do what with the 12? Add the 12. Okay? Simple as that. You have a study guide. If you want to work on it this weekend, you're more than welcome to. If not, remember the test will probably be Wednesday. Probably a good thing to look over that study guide. We'll see you later. We'll see.
Don't open it. If you open it, then you're gonna have to open it so far. So it goes to that scene. There's no, I don't know if it's hawk or eagle. I can't tell. Come here.
Try a hawk, an eagle, and white on it.
Yeah, that's why I said it doesn't have white on 10 minutes.
Mr. Stitchen, are we going to the United States? Is it today? It's today. So I tried. Oh, my sister and brother have one. Why are they talking about Wikipedia? That's more than it.
Don't bother me. Oh, they're in the library. got those sodas for Fred outside. Yeah, you might need to pick me up this afternoon.